Hi guys, I am super excited today to share with you basically 3 steps that really transformed my life in terms of my relationship with eating, with my war on my body, with my war on food, my war with my weight. I just wanted to start off quickly explain. I'm 31 years old, and since I was 11 years old I've been dieting. So slim fast diets, grapefruit diets, cabbage soup diets, basically eating nothing diets, juice diets, everything that I thought could give me the perfect body and I thought that would lead to my happy life. I tried it and sometimes it worked. The fat dropped off of me, the muscle dropped off of me too, but I would always end up gaining the weight back. The 3 tips and steps for today. Number 1 is banishing the word diet from your vocabulary. Now, the word diet's been sort of bastardized by our society. Really, it just means a way of eating that you could supposedly choose. But most people, when they think diet, the connotation is that it's something that someone else has created that they follow. So I just don't even like the word diet anymore. I choose to eat clean, nourishing foods because I love my body and I want the best for my body. But I don't find following any kind of plan or diet works for me. Now, maybe that does work for you. But I just want to explain why it doesn't work for me and why stats show it doesn't work for 95% of people. So one thing is, up here, if you restrict yourself mentally for long enough, once you lift the restriction, you're going to go all out, you're going to eat everything in sight. One of my favorite authors, Janine Roth, says, for every diet, there's an equal and opposite binge. And it's actually been studied that that's the way our bodies, that's the way we are. We focus and restrict for long enough, and then our little spirit gets broken down, and as soon as we decide to let off the reins, we just go the opposite way plus more. So I can identify with that. I did a really restrictive diet, 1,000 calories a day. I did it for 10 weeks. I worked out twice a day. I was running on fumes, and I lost 30 pounds in about 10 weeks. And I went on stage for a fitness competition, and as soon as that goal was gone, I started eating without restriction, and I just blew up. I gained all that weight back plus more, and I felt absolutely terrible. And the worst part is, when I got to my goal weight, I didn't feel good at all. I didn't feel better than before. I just reached a number on the scale, and my external validation was a judge on looking at me on stage, and it was just a really big letdown. So I can talk more about that as well, but that's going to be our 3rd step. That you have to have a compelling reason you're trying to release fat from your body, not an external validation somebody else. It has to really be powerful for you. So banishing diets, it's proven that 95% of diets end up with equal or greater weight gain after they're finished. They're fake. It's not a way of living. Life, you only get to live once. Why would you want to put that on yourself, to feel that restricted? You're basically telling yourself, I can't trust you, body, so I'm going to watch every calorie that I eat because I can't trust you. And why can't you trust your body? There's no reason. It's just that we've lost touch with our bodies and we're afraid to eat something because we might blow up. So I've lived my life that way. Every experience has been colored with fear around food, that I was going to gain weight. And in the last year, I've really been able to break free from that. So that's why I'm excited about sharing this with you. So banishing diets, they don't work, they're fake, they're not a way of living, and it's somebody else's way of eating. And that doesn't necessarily work for your body. My body is really sensitive to carbohydrate. So my diet is made up of about 40% fat, 30% protein, 30% carbs, and most of my carbs come from vegetables and fruits. Grainy carbs just don't agree with my body. I get sluggish, I get stomach aches, I get gassy, and I put on weight really fast when I'm eating grains. So I'm not saying that's not good for you, but for me, I've had to play around. And that's why there's not one diet that works for everyone. Paleo, Atkins, whatever the fad of the day is. Maybe it works really well for someone because of the way their genetics are and the way that they metabolize foods. But the way you metabolize foods is different, so don't try to copy somebody else. So the next thing is eating with awareness. Now this is a hard one. I even find it very hard, and I've been practicing this for quite a while. So eating with no distractions. Looking at your food, smelling your food, chewing your food 10 times or more even, and just like really enjoying every bite. So this in contrast to wolfing down some food while you're driving to work in traffic, just trying to get the food in your body. It's been a game changer for me. And it's still some days I want to be on my phone, I want to be watching a YouTube video, I want to be reading, I want to do something else, but other than having a nice conversation with someone while you're eating, there's not really much else that you should be doing, and that's just gonna transform your weight loss journey. If you can eat with awareness and presence, some people call it mindfulness, that's a game changer, huge game changer. I can eat 10% full-fat Greek yogurt with some berries and granola on top and just enjoy every bite mindfully, versus I could eat 3 times that much of fat-free, wolfing it down in the car, and I'll be hungrier from that fat-free triple the amount of quantity because I didn't get to really even enjoy it in my head. The mindfulness piece, the satisfaction wasn't there because I was driving and that was my main focus. So I'm all about eating real food, what your body wants, intuitively, full fat, whatever the heck you want, and instead of just eating more quantity but mindlessly. So that's the second step, just more awareness. And this third step is setting your goals for your new body, whatever your goals are. Maybe it's strength, maybe it's fat loss, maybe you just want to run up the stairs and not be so tired at the end of the day. But set those goals from a place of acceptance of where you are now and appreciation of yourself. So this has been a huge game changer for me as well. When I was pregnant, I got up to almost 200 pounds, and I went to a course, it was called Sacred Pregnancy, and they just asked us to go around the circle and say one word that described our pregnant body. Now, all the women, it was a bit of a woo-woo group, but some people said goddess, and amazing, and beautiful, and I was the last person to go, and they said, please just say the first word that popped into your head, and I just burst into tears, and I said, F-A-T. Fat. And fat has been what I've called myself since I was 11 years old. It didn't matter how light I got to 130 pounds. I still thought I was too fat. It was all up here. At 200 pounds, yes, I thought I was fat. But I had to start changing the way I looked at myself. And that was a big turning point for me. So how could I be so cruel to myself? I'm carrying this baby. I'm still exercising. I'm doing the best I can. Yeah, that was just a really big turning point. And I think that was the start of my transformation, because from that point on, I started setting my goals for my body from a place of acceptance and love, realizing how amazing my body was and that I was enough just how I was, and then setting goals for a better me. I'm all about personal development. I'm addicted to personal development, but I still enjoy every moment where I am now. I love striving for goals, but I'm also happy where I am now. And I know that's hard when you really don't like the way you look in the mirror, but what I encourage you to do is find one thing you love about your body or about yourself. Maybe it's your smile. Maybe it's just something that you can do that other people can't do. Maybe it's the way you just embrace people and make them feel like $1,000,000. It could be anything, but start telling yourself things you love. Look in the mirror, make yourself believe it. And then when you're setting goals, set them from a positive slant. So I want to release 20 pounds from my butt and thighs because I hate them. They're so fat and ugly. Versus I want to release 20 pounds from my bum and thighs because I want to feel super confident in my bikini this summer. And I know that carrying the excess weight around isn't healthy and helpful for me. So that is what I recommend, setting those goals from a place of self-love and acceptance and just wanting more for yourself. Deepak Chopra says, a negative motivation is incompatible with a positive result. And so really, really, really strong goal setting has to come from a place of positivity and self-love. And so, yeah, I guess that's my 3 tips for today. I could go on for hours. I love this topic. Leave a comment below. I have a 4-week emotional eating program that goes way more in depth into this stuff, so I would love to tell you more about that as well. Have a great day, guys.